Hey, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Supreme Latias14, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the latest nerfs and buffs that's going to be coming to Pokemon Unite pretty soon. I wanted to give you guys my 2 cents on it because, this is some nice changes that's going to be coming. So, whenever we get new changes to Pokemon, I like to make these videos to kind of talk about them and then give you guys my 2 cents on them, of course. If you guys do enjoy these type of videos, of course, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't, and of course, hit the bell. I really do appreciate you guys. And the bell is so you guys will be notified whenever I go live or whenever I post videos. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna pull up this chart that I actually found from the that I found here, which is actually going to be quite useful here to actually go over these Pokemon. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this chart real quick, and here we go. So here are all the changes and changes and such that's going to be coming in. So first things on the list, which is already has my eye, is that Wigglytuff is getting a Unite move cooldown reduction, which is nice. So it's being reduced from 112 seconds to 89 seconds. So that means that Wigglytuff is going to be able to access his Unite so much more now. It's actually going to be pretty cool, honestly. Because honestly, Wigglytuff's Unite Wigglytuff has been really underwhelming as of late. Because of other supporters like Eldegoss, Blissey, and especially with Hoopa rising because of Hoopa's buffs that it got. I mean, Wigglytuff was just being outshined, honestly. But Wigglytuff's Unite move is pretty nice because it's basically a move that supports the team. It gives itself an ally Pokemon a shield, as well as getting rid of status conditions, and then also make them immune to hindrances for a short time. This Unite move is great because it's able to help your team be able to to overcome hindrances, status conditions, basically be able to neutralize any CC or any hindrances that would otherwise screw your team up, basically. So this Unite move in general was great because it was able to help the team be able to stay in the fight and not have to be slowed down or paralyzed or anything dumb like that. Or like, for example, like if you get hit by Buzzwoles, slam and everything like that. This makes you immune to that for a short period, which is nice. So I think this being a nice buff to Wigglytuff, I think is really nice because this means that you're going to be able to use your Unite more often to help your team to be able to stay in the fight more often, and also give them a shield so they'll be able to last longer in the fight, which I think is really, really nice for Wigglytuff. So I can definitely see myself playing Wigglytuff a bit more, as well as people possibly trying out, Wigglytuff. So hopefully this will, and of course with the new items that's going to be coming to the game, hopefully this will promote players to try out supports as well as more defenders rather than just going attackers and speedsters. Because go for reals, these guys, we got to stop going all attackers and actually have a decent balanced team in order to have success in this game. Honestly, let's be real here. Anyways, moving on, we got Trevenant getting a buff to its Wood Hammer. So it's gonna now only take 5 seconds in order to go off. So instead of 6 seconds, now it goes down. It pretty much just goes down straight up to 5 seconds, and then it is also getting a damage increase, I believe, to Wood Hammer as well. Let me just find those numbers real quick. But basically, long story short, the number Trevenant has kind of fallen off the short by the wayside, honestly, because there were other supports that were probably doing better, like Mamoswine. Slowbro has been raising in popularity as well too. So Woodhammer getting a buff, it's actually pretty nice. So Woodhammer and Woodhammer Plus, from the looks of things, I think. So damage is gonna get increased, so that's pretty nice. So I could definitely see Trevenant actually picking up a little bit more use here, but we'll see how that goes for the most part here. So Gardevoir actually getting a nerf to its Side Shock and its Psychic moves, pretty much. So basically, what they did to Gardevoir was that they increased the cooldown of Psychic from 6 seconds to 7.5 seconds, and then Side Shock got a cooldown reduction. Cooldown increase from 10 seconds all the way up now to 11 seconds. So does that really hinder Gardevoir? And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, even though that they did that is getting nerfed, I still think Gardevoir is still going to be really strong. All they really did with that nerf was just increase the cooldown of Psychic and Psyshock. So basically, they're just gonna take more longer now to. They're just gonna take more longer in order for them to go off, slightly longer. But it's basically just a bit of a poke. It's not really that big of a deal. Gardevoir, they didn't touch the damage on it. They didn't touch the They didn't touch Gardevoir's special attack. Gardevoir is still going to be really strong. It's just not going to be as consistent with his moves. And keep in mind, with Side Shock, you're basically reducing your cooldown every time each of the hits actually hit an opposing Pokemon. This just reduces the cooldown, so it's like it doesn't hinder it that much. So this hitting Gardevoir is not really that big in my opinion, because Gardevoir will still do some work. It's still going to be really strong. It's just a matter of aiming your side strikes, shocks. And I tried Gardevoir, and I'll tell you, I did not do so well with it. But yeah, Gardevoir is still going to be good. That's definitely for certain. Espeon getting some love here, and you know what's funny? I was just talking about this with the people in my stream the other day. I was talking about with the battle pass, Espeon getting a new battle pass. I had a feeling it was gonna get some buffs, and boy, does it really feel nice to be correct about these buffs here. So Espeon is getting a buff to its Psy Shock and its Psy Beam move. So those are gonna have more range now, which is really nice. And that means now it's going to be able to reach further down now, and it's also getting a boost to its boosted basic attack. So its boosted basic attack is going to be able to do more damage now. So what do you mean? What am I mean by boosted basic attack? Well, basically Espeon's basic attack is going to be able to have more of an effect now, where it's going to do more damage and then decreases their speed. So basically, Espeon is going to become a I think these buffs right here to those moves just might be what Espeon needs to really make it even more insane. I think Espeon may have the potential to be really powerful with this next patch, I think. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes for Espeon. But some nice buffs coming to Espeon. I think it's going to be really crazy right now. Well, we'll see. Delphox actually getting some nerfs, getting a bit of a nerf to one of its moves, and then getting a buff to its other moves. So let's pull up Delphox real quick, and you guys are probably hearing the Unite in the background, but yeah, Fire Blast is actually getting a buff. Actually, it's getting a damage buff, so that's interesting. While they're nerfing Mystical Fire, so that's interesting because I feel like with Delphox, you know, the cooldown was the seconds, honestly, with it was really ridiculous, honestly, with this Pokemon. So they're pretty much, wait, what are they reducing? They are reducing the damage output off a Mystical Fire and increasing the amount of damage from Fire Blast. So basically, I feel like this doesn't really do much to Delphox, except we know with Mystical Fire, you know, it's gonna Mystical Fire Flame Charge having that much, you know, having that much low second cooldown for them, it was ridiculous, honestly. And just in general, it doing so much damage, it was ridiculous, honestly. So it's nice that they're touching Mystical Fire. Now they're also buffing Fire, but now they're buffing Fire Blast to the point where now it's just going to be doing more damage overall. So I basically think that now this means that people are just going to switch over from using Mystical Fire to Fire Blast now. So I could be wrong. I mean, I don't really play Delphox enough to really know that for sure, but I think this is going to be a pretty crazy change to Delphox. I think Delphox is still going to be pretty good. They're just going to be switching it up to the Fire Blast instead of Mystical Fire. Comfey is getting some buffs, so let's be honest here. Comfey really needs some buffs here. Now, let's go ahead and talk about these buffs here that Comfey is getting. So, Sweet Kiss is getting a cooldown reduction from 7 seconds to 6 seconds. Grass Knot getting a cooldown from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. And his Unite move healing is being increased by 50%. So that's pretty good because honestly, Comfey, when it was released, was really pretty underwhelming, guys. It was really underwhelming. There was some of you guys that still wanted me to do the giveaway for Comfey, which for anybody who did, in fact, I missed out on getting you guys in the entry. I really do apologize that I didn't get you guys in. I just wish I wasn't sure. I probably should have specified a bit more that if you what to do if you guys wanted to enter that giveaway. So if anybody was left out, I do apologize in advance. But yeah, I really think that Comfey really needs some buffs. I'm not sure this is pretty much what it is. I mean, Floor Healing's healing is, I don't think it's that great as it is. It would have been nice that they had buffed that a little bit, but its Unite move at least is getting a 50% increase on the healing, so that's nice. But will this really be enough for Comfy to really actually put in some work now? I guess I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough, but I suppose we'll see in due time. I suppose, huh? Now, one of my other favorite Pokemon that I love in Pokemon, Dragonite is getting some buffs here, which I'm really excited for this one because I haven't really played Dragonite in a while, and now Dragonite's actually getting some buffs here, which is really nice. So Dragonite is getting a buff to its boosted basic attack, and then its Unite move is getting a cooldown reduction from 134 seconds to 112 seconds. Like you were able to get your Unite move consistently with Dragonite, and now your Unite is coming out more consistently. And I think the Unite reductions is pretty crazy. So this likely will make Dragonite a force to be reckoned with this next patch. Honestly, its boosted basic attack basically is what we're talking about here. I thought it was Outrage at first, but then I read it more, and it is actually Dragonite's basic attack. So Dragonite getting some buffs here it's definitely really nice because now Dragonite's gonna be able to do more damage with its basic, and then having its Unite move cooldown reduced quite a bit. It's gonna definitely make this Unite move come out way more consistent. So I think Dragonite might likely pick up some play as well. I know for sure I'm gonna be playtesting Dragonite. I already have a build here in the works right now. I'm still tweaking it as we're going along, but Dragonite might be coming back, guys. I'm not sure. I'm with the Hyper Beam build. I heard it's been doing really well lately. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that's gonna play out. So, and then this one kind of confused me a little bit. Zoroark is getting a bit of some stat changes. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But Zoroark, look, it is getting an attack change. I'm assuming that is going to decrease its damage output. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong because I don't really play Zoroark like that, so I can't really say exactly what it is, honestly. But it looks like they're also buffing Zoroark's Cut, so Cut is getting a damage increase, and that's cool. And then they're nerfing. It looks like that is. I'm not sure what that move is. I think that's his Unite move. Yeah, that's his Unite. Okay, so they are nerfing the damage that it does with his Unite. Okay. So they're buffing Zoroark's Cut damage, but they're nerfing wait, is that Oh no, sorry. They're reducing the cooldown. No, sorry, they're increasing the cooldown, excuse me. I thought that was the damage, but no, my mistake, guys. They're actually increasing the cooldown of Zoroark's Unite move from the looks of things. I could be wrong. I could be reading this wrong. But it looks like that's what's going on. And then Talonflame is getting a buff. Apparently, I'm hearing that Talonflame's getting a buff to its passive, which is interesting. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But basically, Gale Wings is gonna make this is gonna get a buff, so now Talonflame will move much more faster. I don't know exactly how that is gonna work, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how that's gonna go for the most part. So. Anyway, moving along. Rapid Strike Urshifu is actually getting. It looks like it's getting a bit of a nerf to its. I don't know if that's actually its. Actually, hold on. Let me double check the chart. It looks like it might be its signature move getting a bit of a nerf to its hits. So it used to be 2 hits per 2 hits, but now it's decreasing to 1 hit per 3 attacks. So. I don't know how that is, but I'm not sure what that's all about. But I'm not sure if that's going to really, hinder Urshifu, honestly. And one thing I am a little bit annoyed about. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that was even a thing. Okay, so that's how you check them. Okay, so let me double check what this move is real quick. I just want to make sure. Okay, it looks like they're nerfing. I think that's Surging Strikes that's getting their nerf. I think I could be wrong. Let me see Surging Strikes here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it is Surging Strikes they are nerfing. So instead of it being 2 hits, it's going to be 1 hit, basically. So it's going from 2 to 1. So that is a bit of a nerf. I'm not sure how that much is going to be of an impact. So I actually did not know that was even a thing. Okay, so I actually didn't know that was even a thing, actually. So yeah, you press R and then you change the forms. Okay, there you go. I actually didn't know that. Anyways, but yeah, Urshifu getting a nerf to that is it's definitely going to be interesting. We're going to see how that plays out. Eldegoss actually getting a nerf to its Cotton Guard, excuse me. So it's getting a cooldown increase from 9 seconds all the way up to 10.5 seconds. So I don't think that's really a big deal because you could probably just maybe run some cooldown on it and you can still be fine with it. Plus they didn't touch Pollen Puff, but I feel like the reason they nerfed that was pretty much because of the new item that's going to be coming in pretty soon. So I still think Eldegoss is going to be pretty good. I don't think that really hinders it too much, but you know it is what it is, I guess. But I don't think that's really enough to really hinder it that much. And then the last one, which I'm a little sad about this one, but you know it had to happen. Let's be honest here. Tyranitar. Tyranitar getting a nerf to its Dark Pulse, to the damage from its Dark Pulse, and then getting a buff to its Stone Edge. So that's this. Let's talk about this real quick. So, first off, let's pull up Tyranitar here. We're gonna read Dark Pulse real quick. And we're gonna talk about what's going on here, and then I'm gonna talk about the notes here. So, Dark Pulse is a move that pretty much does a lot of that does a pretty nice amount of damage. And if the opposing Pokemon's remaining HP is below a set percentage or falls below that percentage as a result of this move, that Pokemon becomes unable to move for a short time. And then if this move is used while the user's piercing strength has been increased by Ancient Power, the user can ignore opposing Pokemon's defense and shield effects for longer duration. So basically, this move was great because comboed with Ancient Power's piercing strength. Oh, sorry, excuse me, with Ancient Power's buff. So basically, what this done is that Dark Pulse got a nerf to its damage output. So now Tyranitar's damage with Dark Pulse is not going to be that great. So they reduced it from, it looks like from 100, from 360 to 330. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like it might still be, it still might be useful, just not as powerful as it used to be. I mean, Dark Pulse is still pretty good to be able to attack through to go through ignore enemy defenses and shield effects pretty much. So I still think this move might have some use, but now that being nerfed, I'm not sure how that's gonna really impact it, but I still think it's gonna still be nice just for it, but I don't think it's gonna be that as great as it used to be, of course. Now Stone Edge actually getting some buff is actually pretty interesting. I didn't see this coming, so Stone Edge is getting a damage increase from so that's pretty cool. So Stone Edge, you guys don't know, dealing more damage the closer the opposing Pokemon is to the user. And then this move can be used to 3 times within a set amount of time, with the area of effect widening. And speaking of widening, the range of this attack is also going to be increased as well. So I think Stone Edge might actually be the way to play Tyranitar now, guys, because Dark Pulse is getting nerfed while Stone Edge is getting buffed. So we'll have to see. I may have to experiment that myself to see how Stone Edge is compared to Dark Pulse. But I still think I feel like, I don't know, maybe with that nerf, I think Stone Edge might be better now. And then Ancient Power is getting a cooldown. It's going to get a cooldown increase from 10 seconds to 11 seconds as well. So I don't really think that really is a matter. I don't think that matters too much because it only reduces the Ancient Power effect down to just not power, excuse me. It's just reducing the seconds from 10 seconds to 11 seconds, so it's not that big. But you will have to play Tyranitar a bit more smarter now because with the cooldown being with the cooldown being increased, you're gonna get to your moves a bit less often. So that's something to take note of when you play Tyranitar. So, but I'm gonna have to experiment that Stone Edge pretty soon once the new buffs come in. So we'll have to see how that goes. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the buffs and nerfs here. So shout out to Moy Merkel for this awesome chart. Definitely check them out on YouTube and on Twitter, of course. Definitely give them a check out, of course. This chart is really well graphed, of course, definitely. So be sure to check them out, of course. Definitely an awesome chart here. So anyways, guys, I think honestly out of these buffs, I think what I'm really looking forward to the most out of these buffs is probably going to be the changes that's coming to Wigglytuff, especially Wigglytuff because I do play supporters. So Wigglytuff getting that buff is really nice. Trevenant getting a buff, getting those buffs is nice as well. Excuse me, getting those buffs is nice on Trevenant. And then Dragonite is the one that really has my attention, of course. So I think this is going to be some really nice buffs that's coming. So this may prompt me to play some more Wigglytuff and Dragonite in the upcoming days. So when those buffs come in, I'm going to definitely be playing Wigglytuff and Dragonite. So those are going to be coming pretty soon. And I think those are some really nice welcoming additions to the game, especially with all the CC roaming around. Wigglytuff's Unite is going to be coming in really handy now, so I think that's really good in my opinion. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think? What are you most excited about when it comes to this new patch of buffs and nerfs? And yeah. With that being said, guys, I want to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment if you guys enjoyed this video. And I will catch you guys next time. Take care.